My first wig. My first wig. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna, Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I do share with you my perspective and my sense of humor. I hope you like, share, subscribe to all 5 channels. Names of the channels are pinned to the top of the comments section or description box below. All 5 channels have fresh, new, and different content from each other. Well, what's Grandma talking about today? Well, if you watched yesterday's video called My First New Apartment or My First Apartment and My First Car, but I've also done other videos on them which are probably even better and more detailed, or The Angel in the Trench Coat. Go look that one up. That's a great one. And it talks about my first apartment. And so go look that one up if you will. And this one, it kind of refers to the other video I did yesterday called Wigs in the Trailer Park, where I first saw my first wigs. All the women in the trailer park bought wigs. And I loved it. And that was kind of what I always remember first about wigs, and then later when I bought my first wig. So my first wig came when I had my first apartment, my $9 a week apartment that I had moved off to the big city, which was really a very small country town. And I rode off and roared off in my 65 red Chevy Impala that had cost $75. My mom had taken out of the farm field and had my stepdad refurbish. Nonetheless, I got a job as a hostess at a pizzeria, and I also was working as a prep girl in the back of the kitchen of a restaurant, dicing up food and baking potatoes and making salads and things like that. And so during that time, I had decided to cut my hair really short, kind of like it was very fashionable at that time to have a really short kind of bob look. And I had platform shoes, mini skirt. False eyelashes were very prevalent at that time, but I didn't wear them because, well, I just didn't. And the only time I really wore false eyelashes was about 6 months ago, and they kind of got stuck to my eyelashes, so I quit wearing them. So what you see is what you get. So anyhow, my first wig. So when I was working at this one job there, and having my $9 a week apartment, with the springs and the mattress sticking up through the mattress and it's kind of dipped down in the middle of the mattress. Anyhow, when I had met a lady at work, and she said, well, hey, let's go to the mall. My husband and I are going to go to the mall. Well, I had never been to a mall because we didn't have malls where we were from. Well, this was a brand new mall that had just been built. It was kind of small, but I thought it was big. To me, it looked big. And so as we're walking through the mall, I see this wig store, and I stop, and I remembered all the ladies in the wigs in the trailer park. Well, I've told that trailer park story before. It's very funny. And the Wiggle Walk, okay, the Wiggle Walk lady. And so anyhow, I saw this beautiful wig that looked like a Dolly Parton wig. It was blonde and curly and all that. So I went in there and I tried it on, and I absolutely loved it, loved it, loved it, and I bought it. It was $19.95, which was a lot of money for me back then, especially, you know, working as a hostess on my own at 17 or 18 years old. And so I bought this wig and I walked out and I went, yeehaw! And even though I had been getting a lot of attention prior to that from cute guys, I was now getting all kinds of attention. And I really wasn't dating. I really didn't, you know, feel comfortable in dating. And, you know, because I was kind of really new to this area and I was young and in that old mansion, as I call it, the haunted house. It had little efficiency apartments, the $9 a week apartment, the $8 a week apartment, and the $7 a week. I had the deluxe one, $9 a week. And so there were 2 kinds of women, old ladies and ladies of questionable values. And I was neither. I was just 17, 18-year-old me. And so anyhow, the women of questionable values, the ladies of questionable values would have guys coming over during the night and they weren't supposed to. And they would kind of pass by my door, and if they saw me, especially if I was in the wig, oh, they just really, you know, they really liked me. So that got a little bit uncomfortable with that, you know, but my own hair began to grow longer and longer and longer to the point that people couldn't tell the difference between the wig and in my own hair, because if I teased my own hair up, it looked just like the wig. So, but what I found at that point was wigs were so convenient. They were so easy. I could throw a wig on and be out the door in a minute. Whereas with with my own hair, it could take some time. Even today, you know, my own hair takes a little bit of time to work on, and I just find wigs are very fascinating. You can change the hair color, you can change the style instantly. Whereas when you do your own hair, it can it take time, a lot of time. So it's very convenient to wear wigs if that's what one so chooses, in between taking great care of their own hair. Now, I've had every hair color. I used to go to the store and buy a different hair color coloring kit, and I change my hair color like every couple days. My best color was probably red, and I had red hair for a long time, and that worked well for me during the pretty woman phase. And then, you know, of course, platinum blonde, short platinum blonde, curly, straight, long, you name it. I've had the hairstyles and the hair colors throughout my life. But the neat thing about wigs is, as long as you're taking good care of your hair and you pin it up underneath right, it really, you don't have to do as much work on your own hair and to get it to look right. And if your hair is anything like mine, once you go out the door and the wind blows, it's like poof, you know. And so wigs can really save on that, where you don't have to concern yourself about spending a lot of time and looking in the mirror all the time, because wigs pretty much stay in place. So that was my first wig. Yes, 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 $19.95, the big Dolly Parton look-alike wig. And so, yeah, so go back and look at those stories. The Angel in the Trench Coat, my first apartment, all of that. I have a lot of wonderful stories. And so, well, 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 from my house to yours, may God bless you. I do hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.